Stop charging for just your time in photography or overall as a creative. Today, we're gonna be talking about how to actually price based on your value. And this is gonna really change how you price, how you work with clients, and how you do everything. So during this video, we're gonna talk about why pricing matters first off, time versus value-based pricing, so important on this. And when you actually start getting clients, building your portfolio and building all of your work, that is gonna be one of the key things to actually build a scale and not just working for your time. Because if you keep working for your time, you're gonna be stuck in that cycle. Third thing is why lowering your price can actually hurt your reputation. And I made a video about this in the slow season. The slow season is not a bad thing and it can actually help you build for that next season. So it is so important to learn that. Fourth thing is how to price based on the value that you actually provide to the client. And then the last thing, most important thing I'll talk about at the end is finding clients who will actually pay for your value. So the first one is time versus value-based pricing explained. So this is so important because many photographers base on the hour, even day, you kind of do a half day rate, full day rate. All of that is fine. I still have those day rates, but I make those prices off of the value that I provide to those clients. So if I say, okay, I'm gonna do a shoot that's a half day shoot, I'm doing a lifestyle shoot within that, I'm gonna edit everything within that time. Okay, cool, I'll charge $500. Where am I getting that $500 from? That would be my half day rate. I'm getting that from, first off, everything that I'm using. I have a Canon R5, my lenses that I'm using, if I'm using my water housing, editing my computer, you're paying for a Lightroom, you're paying for all these editing things, subscriptions, all of that goes into equipment. But then also, how much value are you providing to the actual client? Like, what is that client using that for? And there can be so much beyond this where you can also have retainer options where every time they use different photos and licensing, they actually pay you for that. But what I think about is, okay, if I do a shoot for this client for $500 and they use this for marketing, for social media, on their website, things like that, it's gonna make around $10,000 for their brand. So why would I value myself way lower than that? I'm not saying that I'm gonna overcharge for everything. Like my rate for a half day rate right now is around $400 to $500 depending on what I'm doing for a client. I'm not gonna rip people off. I wanna provide good quality stuff for obviously good quality content, good quality clients as well. So I'm not ripping people off, but at the same time, what is my goal for this and what is the goal that they want to use the content for? If they're gonna make, and my content is gonna make their brand, let's say $50,000, if I say, hey, this is the value I'm providing and I'm charging $1,000, they're gonna say, oh, wow, that's a great deal because you're actually providing so much more value than you're charging. So that's how you have to also frame it to the client. So that is the most important thing. The second thing is why lowering your price during times when you can't get sales actually hurts your reputation. And when you cut your price just to win clients, you may attract clients who only care about low cost and not about the quality or the value that you're providing them. So over time, you're basically just devaluing your own work and ruining the whole purpose of what you're doing with clients and trying to build your portfolio and work up. You're basically going down. And just because you have more clients, that's fine, but you're gonna be working more for less money, which is not the goal. The whole goal is to increase your value by working with better clients and showing that you provide value so you can work less while providing more value and making more money. That is the whole goal. Three things: provide more value and make more money in that, which is basically the whole thing what we're doing here. So how to actually price based on the value that you provide. So there's multiple steps here. First one is, first off, identify your value. What are you providing? What problem am I solving for my client? Am I taking photos or videos? What are they gonna use this for? What can my content actually make them? Second thing is consider usage rights, exclusivity, distribution in that. And then usage-based pricing is very powerful, and also licensing. So super important to think about as well when in your contracts and when you're pricing and pitching to those clients. Third thing is packaging your offers with outcomes. So brand image set for website, social media, rather than just 20 photos. That actually shows the value that you're providing, and instead of saying, all right, here's 20 photos, do whatever you want with them. No, provide that value. That is the key there. Provide that value, show it in the contract, show it how you pitch the client. Fourth thing is set your price with confidence, your base cost plus your desired profit, and the value premium that you bring. And that is really what we're doing here. We're not creating a whole nother contract structure, pricing structure. This is nothing new. All we're adding is the value. If you say, okay, I'm gonna charge you $100 for a photo shoot, that probably doesn't even cover the cost of your gear, but also, are they gonna love those photos? How much is that they're actually gonna like those photos worth as well? For them paying you because you are a better photographer than someone else, you're more valuable than that other photographer. So you should be priced that way. If not, you're basically just making yourself look like a worse photographer or content creator or whatever, even though your stuff is better. So you're devaluing your own work. So that is the whole point of that, is the increase the value of your work by doing that. And the last step is communicate your value clearly to the client. They should understand what they get and the impact of what you're doing for them, and not just the hours that you're working. And this is so important because one thing I do as well is work in a marketing agency. And so I'll actually talk to clients, say, hey, if you need as well, I can help you use this content that I'm getting for you in different ways on your website, social media, things like that. So if you have that business background as well in marketing, business, anything like that, you can also provide extra value by doing that, which just increases the value of your content as well, because then you're actually putting your content to good use. So there's a lot of different ways to do that as well. And so overall, set your pricing for your value and not just your time. Here are the main points that I talked about right here. Gonna put them here, list them out. If you have any questions, please let me know down below. I could talk about this for so long, so didn't want to drag it out too much, but definitely an important topic. And if you have any questions on value, how to set your pricing, different contract things, definitely let me know. I think that this is so important nowadays because there is so much competition. So how can you actually differentiate yourself? And it's by providing value to your clients and pricing it that way, because some people actually do provide that value and then they underprice, but then the clients say, oh, well, they're too cheap to actually provide that value. Where if you charge more, the clients that actually want you, and when you actually set yourself in that differentiation, those clients will say, oh, wow, we found the right person. He prices well, he provides value. That's what we want. Don't underestimate your value that you provide. So important. And what value do you provide to your clients? Comment that down below. I'm super interested to see your comments, what you've learned from this video. Hit the like button if you found this helpful. Subscribe, share this video. All really helps me out. And I have some things coming soon where I'm gonna start doing some live streams of editing and just working through some business process as well. Also working on my new business, MARIN, starting a little surf company, wetsuit company. Excited to see what we can do here. So stay tuned, subscribe for more. Also check out my Instagram, and I'm on TikTok as well at Evan Ulbricht, and then also Evan O Photography on Instagram. Check out my website for presets, prints, all of that. 20% off if you subscribe for my newsletter. See you next video. Have a good one.